Good morning. Welcome to Liquidation Friday. Hey Juan, ¿qué pasa? Okay. Morning, folks. Folks in the room. Happy Friday. Whoa, it's been a good week. Now, let's take a look and see what the next order of festivities will be. We seem to be accepting underneath 75.11. Okay. My big levels were 76.31, 75.11, 73.91. We have a ton. This is trapped long inventory. They are going to not be happy. The swing low is at 74.66. If we take that out, there's a position here. We'll come somewhere into here. I don't know if we'll get there today. Right? There's a decent amount of short covering. We have a B-shaped profile, which people will say it's long liquidation. Yes, it's long liquidation into. There's a bunch of people who are short, so they want to short cover. You know, if you were short, building a short position up here, you're going to be doing some covering now. What's our contract volume? What's the daily volume on this sucker? 267,000 contracts. It's not bad. The drama, right? We need the drama. So next level down is 74.81. And I am just doing my 4 times discount zone to cost basis right now. We had some good trades in Globex. If people say that you can't trade Globex, you can make some decent cash in Globex. Because you can put on just enough size that pays, you know, but you don't have to get out of hand. Hey Tequila, how you doing? Yeah, Jam, sorry, I've been dealing with this company, so between that and running trades, my attention span has been very, very limited. It's just for me to trade any kind of size, I've got to concentrate. Especially when it's other people's money. I don't want to screw up. Okay, let's see. Now, we're going to have margin calls. It's Friday, right? We're going to have margin calls because all those poor trap longs above, 75.11, they will sell. These sell-offs, people will go, what started it? Well, if they were selling in Asia, people will hit markets that have liquidity to get cash, either to buy or to hold the positions or whatever they're up to. Markets tend to be connected like a big spider web. Pull on one thread of the web, the whole frickin' thing moves, right? So we just went and put in a new low. I would not count on that low holding. I don't want to be like a short bias guy, but let's see if we can come and take out that swing low here at 66. It's just in this neighborhood here. There's some lower stops. Let's see if we can go and tickle them. New traders who don't make any money, who are not consistent. It would behoove you to sit and watch the offer today. Probably not the best idea to just trade the open blindly. We're going to open on a massive gap down. That means that there is supply above us. The supply comes from trapped shorts. I mean, trapped longs, sorry. Trapped longs. Ugh, it's Friday, isn't it? Right? Everyone wants to sell now. This is the, oh crap, it's not going the right way. If you are short, use the levels. The levels have been working pretty good tonight, right? They stepped in and sold the 96 and 3/4. You could have shorted 95, stop 97, cover 91. Let's see where they're going to sell this. Let's find the bid, you know? That's the whole thing. When the market opens, the primary objective when a market opens is to find the bid and then work off of it. You know, one of my clients would call me every morning when he had an active deal, and he'd say, he had this weird, I don't know, it sounded like he smoked like 200 cigarettes the night before. And he'd always be like, "Gorilla, big bitch, go find the bid, click." And that was my trade order. So go sell the market down to where you can't move it on 5,000 shares, and then flip to the bid, put up 1,000,000 shares, and rail it. And then we'll sell into it. Right? That's what you do. You find the bid and then work off of it. So what did I say about that overnight low that it's not going to hold? If you're short, you can stay short. Next major level is this 74.89. Let me just make sure I got it right. Yeah, 88.5, 89. We just ticked into it. And I'll show you the reason why. It's off this half-hour chart. These levels have been working pretty good. Now, if this just blows through, that 74.66, that's kind of where I'm looking at. 78. It's all on the table. How you doing, Indy? We got a lot of inventory above us. So now, if we use my example of, commerce, we made good sales. Look at, we had a great distribution, right? From the 8th all the way up back, beautiful distribution. So now what we're doing, this is our original cost basis that we're working off down here. This is the 2 times profit zone. This is the 4 times profit zone. So I'll be looking for trades in this area. If the selling gets really bad, we're going to get into this red zone, and this is the 2 times discount. And this is like, if your cost basis is here, like you were selling stuff at Saks Fifth Avenue, then the Bon Marché, right? And then Mervyn's, and then now it is TK Maxx time down here, right? That's the big discount. That's the big discount. Yeah, if you're short, stay short. Just watch the offer. You can see the offer is getting lower and lower, right? As the offer moves lower, that means the sellers are competing. That means you can be short. VWAP is all the way up at 75.16. So it's not even, VWAP is a non-event right now, right? You can see the sellers moving down. So say you were short 93 or even 91, right? This failed to take out 96 and 3/4. I should have been shorting the crap out of that there, right? All the way down with your stop at 97, and just follow the candles. when the offer starts to lift, cover some, right? If the offer starts to lift and we get that big green short covering candle, go buy some back. There, see? There you go. Right? Go buy some back. Right? Make sure you pay yourself this Friday, my friends. Don't hoard contracts. It's beautiful to get a 100-point trade, but it's also okay to, scalp around and make 2, 3, 4, 5 grand too. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to hurt you. Some traders, when I say, you can make a couple of grand a day, they look at me like I'm just about to punch them in the face. They get so offended. 5 grand? Well, I want to make 100 grand. What are you currently doing? Well, I'm not consistently profitable. Okay, let's start there. Right? Oh, come on, you got to laugh. What did I say about the big short covering candle? So we have found the bid pre-market. Okay? You guys okay? Everyone still got a pulse? Just checking. Just checking. Okay. A big short covering candle happens when the sell order is complete and wholesale takes in any kind of size, and then all of a sudden a big buyer comes in a thin order book and the market just rips. That's generally someone trying to that's generally at this time 3-4 minutes before the open. That is a size group of shorts trying to get some size because they've been short probably from 7,500 down. It's not too bad. Now remember, overnight inventory is probably around what, 95% short, 98% short. So the normal we should have a move higher is countered by the fact that everybody and his dog is getting margin calls. Or not maybe margin calls, or having to go to their boss and go, why are you offside so much here? What's going on? What do you plan to do about it before the end of the day? Right? Oof. Hello. That's why you don't, if you buy a short covering candle, make sure you sell into strength, okay? Today is not a day. Don't try and be a hero today, okay? Young traders, a hero is nothing but a sandwich. Okay? So they just gave you a little warning 2 minutes before the open. You guys ever, football, the 2-minute warning, right? Don't get cute today. Don't do stupid things, okay? Where you can get away with doing stupid things, sometimes you'll get lucky. Today's a day where you're really going to be pushing your luck if you're doing dumb trades. It's not a day for that kind of stuff, okay? I will let the market open and see what it has to offer us. Right? Is today OPEX? Hey, Truth, how you doing, man? OPEX. A lot of this stuff could be due to OPEX. I don't know how to trade OPEX, so I don't talk about it. I just watch the tape, and I mean, just watch the chart. Let it open. Let's see where we can get some size to come in and stabilize this thing. Otherwise, do not get in the way if it breaks, okay? When markets open on big gaps down, the order flow is not exactly clear, and it's definitely not reliable. So Just watch your toes and fingers this morning. That's all. You know, trade smart. It's a good day to be lazy. It's a good day to be lazy. There we go, and they're off. Next seller should be at 93. If we can get past 90, 93 is your target. But we're going to go test the overnight low right away. Watch this area. Be careful. Be careful. Remember, you don't have to trade the open. Okay? So look below and fail of the overnight low. If it holds 84, you can buy a little, but put your sell orders out at 88, 89. Right? So you buy 85, 86. Make sure you sell them. Sell them like you stole them because it could come right back on you. Right? It's you're going to have stray sell orders. And there we go. We're flat. Right? Remember, inventory is short. There will be short covering. Right? So when we get some candles going up, we want to see where the seller interacts, where the sellers come in and compete. So okay, if it flushes down and comes back up, they'll sell there again, unless they see a size buyer, right? Oh, goodness. Friday, Friday, Friday. If you don't know what you're doing, don't worry. Nobody does when they first start this, okay? If you can't figure this out, don't feel bad. Because the first thing is you got to figure it out, and then you got to execute it, right? Execution, when the market opens like this on a massive gap down, is not easy. And it's not something that beginning traders are even expected to have to know, right? This is like, if this was baseball, this is, they call this the show. That doesn't mean you don't trade at all today. You just wait for your spots. Wait till it calms down a little bit, right? Wait till the price action is slow enough that fits your level of skill. I think we're going to test this again. It's always a question mark what's going to happen here, right? There's going to be short covering, and they're front running that overnight low right now. Would I buy it? Oh, geez, no, right? This is an area on a Friday morning where you really, really want to let the large $100 million traders work this out. You guys go ahead. I'll be sitting here drinking my coffee. When you figured it out, let me know. Well, think about it. If the market's going down, Jonathan, who's puking? It's going down. What does it mean if you're short? It means you're going to buy it back, right? If you're long, you're selling when you're out of position, right? It's a combination of both. But if you're a short seller, if I know that you're long, Jonathan, if I know you're long and you're desperate, am I going to offer you my best? Am I going to show you my best price? Oh, Jonathan, it's $5. I'll give you 6. No, right? It's $5 and I know you're desperate. I'll buy it at 3, right? Hey, Keith, remember, it is the business and it is a moral obligation of a trader to find out who's in trouble and then capitalize on that. That is your moral duty. Okay, 74 3/4 worked. The old level here, not bad. If that holds, I'll wait for the next candle if I was doing a look below and fail. Right? Remember, there's going to be a seller at 79, my friends, if it does hold, okay? Let the large traders work this out. I don't mind buying it at 78 and selling it at 82, right? I don't care. I'm very happy to do that. All right, now we're getting into 8 times discount. So let's see. What was my level? 74.66. There we go. That's what I'm waiting for. I told you guys. 74.66. Let's see. We can do a quick little look below and fail. Buy 75.76. And make sure you got your sell orders out at 78.79. There you go. You're long 76. You're selling 79. You're in, you're out. Thank you. Goodbye. Right? Like they say in Harold and Kumar, thank you. Come again. Right? Just buy the 76, puke it out at 78, 79. Right? It's not rocket science. Right? Now, let's see what happens next. Right? But nobody saw Harold and Kumar? It was a classic. Okay, we're holding 74s. Let's see what happens on the next candle. I really want to see a 66 print, but I'm being biased towards my level. So we got sellers right here. Okay, that's what we got to work with right now. Let's see if they move down. If you lose that 74 bid, be careful. Okay? Be careful if we lose the 74 bid on the long side. Sell into strength. Sell, 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 sell. Got to sell them. Right? When the next candle opens, let's see where the sellers move to. Right? Seller under 78. Where did they pick up the bids? Ooh, they picked them up at 76, 74. 75, sorry. Notice how we're going sideways right at the bottom of 4 times discount? What a coincidence. How random. Harold and Kumar were a long time ago? Thanks, Ronan. All right, look below and fail. Looks like it. We're not going to get to my 76 yet. Right? If we start building a little position here, right, you're going to use 76 as your danger zone. So you're buying 77s. 76 is your danger zone. Your out's at 75. Watch for it to pop above the top of that candle, and you'll be looking for the 80s. Make sure you sell them if you are long. I'll take 79.5, 3/4 for my 77s. I don't mind. I'm not greedy. Right? You want them, you got them. Right? There's a seller at 80.25. Make sure you respect that seller. Sell into strength, my friends. If that offer, there we go. We need that thing to offer. Offer. Take them. Even if you make a few ticks, right? There you go. There's the 80s. Put them on the offer. Let them take them off you. Like picking fruit. Off my last contract, 81.5. Thank you. Done. Goodbye. That is the trade we want. We want to look below and fail. It's a great trade. You can put on a little size with it. We took it a couple of times too. I love this trade. It's the oldest trade in the world. It's based on the oldest business principle. When supply runs out, price goes up. Not rocket science. How did you use VWAP? Well, what we do is if you wanted to raise money for your company common, we would short your company for 2 weeks and drive it down maybe 30 or 40 or even 50%. And then we'd hold the stock down for 14 days and then cut a deal with you and say, we'll finance you at a 30% discount to VWAP, 14-day VWAP. Then you pay us, we cover our short with the stock that you give us, and then we rail the stock. It's an old formula. That's how we use VWAP. You price deals at a discount to VWAP. If you're going to give a company $5 million, the probability that the CEO is going to burn through that $5 million in about 3 weeks is about 100%. Because CEOs spend money like poop through a goose. We are looking for the sellers at 93. It should ease off a little bit here and backfill. Yeah, so they used VWAP to price deals, convertible debentures, floorless convertible debentures reset when VWAP moves. So they don't have a floor. That's how you can short a stock into oblivion. You write a convertible against it. There used to be a fund manager who was an ex-Drexel Burnham Lambert employee who was like one of the sharpest dudes. We used to call him the Antichrist. And if he financed a company, you pretty much knew it was going to go out of business. And he would make a couple of $100 million. This guy was scary smart. But to the rest of the society, he looks like a hero. He donates millions of dollars to, Cedars Sinai, things like that. One of the sharpest dudes you'll ever meet. And nobody even knows he exists. He's probably worth a couple of $1 billion. And nobody even knows he exists. Or even knows how he does business. Those Drexel guys, they don't fool around, man. These guys studied at the hand of Michael Milken. That's true, Blackhawk. It is. Oh yeah, he's a total Bond villain, man. Got the mansion in Beverly Hills, the whole 9 years. It's more like Beverly Hills Cop. Okay, back underneath 74. Maybe we get to 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Chris, if you're listening, I will look at that stuff you sent this weekend. Come on, let's get down to 66. That's very cool, Steve. Oh, point of control. There's some size. Can we hold 75? Try buying. I tried to buy 79 and I didn't get it. Let's see if it holds that 80 bid. There we go. There we go. Long 81 and selling 84. There we go. 3 left. I'm hitting the bid. 2 left. I'm flat. Look below and fail. Rotation is the best thing to do, right? Grain Monk, don't worry about feeling uncertain. That is going to happen, right? That will go away the more you practice this trade. The trick is to practice it on the simulator so you get the hand-eye coordination done with your software so you can trade quick, right? In, out. Then you use a couple of micros, right? So you're long, I was long in there, I was long 79, my stop was just under 78, right? So you don't risk a lot. And then as soon as you put your buy order in, it gets hit, you throw your stop in, throw your sell orders out instantly. Practice doing that like 1,000 times on the sim. So it becomes like breathing, right? It's just repetition, muscle memory. Because we don't have that chip in our head yet, right? So we still have to physically trade, right? You got to manipulate a mouse and you got to know your software, right? Practice using your software. Sim trading is not about fantasy. It's about getting to know your software. Then you go to a couple of micros, right? You want to be able to be on your software the way, like if you go to a pilot, where's Lear? Are you around, Lear? Right? Lear's a pilot. And if you said, okay, reach for this lever or look at this dial, and he's kind of like, oh, where is that? Oh, it's around here somewhere, right? The freaking plane is going to crash, right? So they are trained to know where everything is. You should know where your sell, bid, buy, ask, flatten, know how to move your orders around. Okay, here's the deal. If we can get everything absorbed under 96, we'll go and try and tickle VWAP and take this and sell it up here, right? I guess we are not going to get my 66 on the downside. So close yet so far. Okay, so they front ran the position, right? That is true, Italian trader. Inventory is 100%, well, 98% short, right? Not 100, I'm sorry. Close enough, right? It's short. It is short. Like my buddy the squid, when it came time to pay the restaurant bill, he was always short. Okay, 96 and 3/4. There's a beautiful rotation. I didn't take the trade the whole way. I like to sell, right? Look above and fail. Let's see, is this worth taking? What do you think? I'm just going to wait for the next candle. And I'll be looking to short 94, 95 against 97, stop, and then try and cover some at 90, 91. This next candle is going to tell me whether that's possible. I want the next candle to open and stay offered under 97. That is key. Watch the offer now. This is key. This is the execution part that everybody struggles with. Watch the offer. Watch 96 and 3/4. See how the offer is going up above? Now it comes back below. I wouldn't short it right now. I've always made the mistake of shorting it. I need that offer to come down. I don't mind selling 95, 94 short if I know that there's a seller. I know that there's sellers up here, but I don't mind being a little late. You guys understand what I'm talking about? This is critical in your execution. See, there's no short. Now, when I started trading, I would have preemptively shorted 97, and I'd be getting stopped out now. And then maybe 5 minutes later, the trade works, right? This happens to me all the time. So when it hangs around at that level like this and kind of loiters, right? Like Jay and Silent Bob outside the convenience store, I leave it alone. I know that there's a seller here, and I know that there's going to be a seller here. And the inventory short term is underneath us. So we're going to go sell it here. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Are you focusing on this right now? This is all you should be thinking about. People in my room who are having trouble executing. You should be looking at nothing else other than that 96 level and the offer. Look how it looks underneath and comes back up. I don't want to go long, but until I see sellers commit to lowering price, and remember that line, you need to see the commitment of the sellers to lower price. How do you see that? The offer will move underneath the bottom of that candle right here. That'll be the first step. Right? Exactly. The sellers are up here. We need them now to start competing. But right now they're not because it's Friday. And everybody just wants to mark the market up on Friday and buy a bargain. Okay, we got a seller at 7,500. Thank goodness. Right? This is how you stop yourself from losing money. I wouldn't go long here because it's going long. It's like a breakout. And I like having 91 inventory to sell into a 98 breakout. But I don't want to short this. I was looking for a look above and fail of 96 so we'd rotate back down. Right? So we got to really, really be careful. Fridays, it's really easy to screw it up. Just when it futzes around like that, here you could clearly see the difference. Right? When it came up here, there was a seller. See the difference between this and this? The seller started to move lower, right? Look. Seller, 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 seller. That's shortable. That didn't happen, right? Breakouts are for suckers, Jonathan. If you're really, really fast, you can take advantage of a quick breakout. Like if you bought 7,500 and sold VWAP at 7,503. Right? We are trained professionally to sell inventory into a breakout. A breakout to the upside is when buyers, this is what's happening. All the people who are short underneath 96 are covering and they're pushing it. And now we're going to try and sell that position back up here. Good stuff, Blackhawk. Have a great weekend. Get into some trouble for me. Let's see. We gotta do something with all these Kaiser rolls, right? Let's see. I'm looking for 75.11. If we can clean this thing up to 75.11, we could have some nice longs, right? Some more, I don't look at psychological levels, Jonathan. Now you've been with us in the room for a couple of weeks now, right? Have I ever spoken about psychological levels? No, right? Sometimes I say the round number, right? Because they'll be, yeah. So I don't talk about psych. All I care about is the bit. Where's the seller? There's a seller at 7 3/4. Now they move the offer down to 3. The next candle opens here. If you're shorting, we need acceptance underneath VWAP, right? All I look at, brother, is this. This is all I'm looking at. I know that there's going to be some traffic when we get up here in this area, right? Because there's going to be inventory there. The rest of it, it doesn't really matter, right? I'm ultra focused on this, right? This is all I care about because this is where it's telling me, look, there's going to be a seller here. Look, the inventory is under this level, so we're going to go sell it for profit, right? It's just showing me the business. When I trade, I don't even look at the TPO. I look at the TPO at the beginning of the day to see where the inventory is really quick. Pour low, pour high, I'll trade off of that, right? Not a problem. But the money's in the candles, man. There's like 20, 30 grand a month hidden in those candles. I will scalp a breakout if it performs what I want it to do. Like if it breaks out above 7 and comes back in, I can take a short and then put some bids down here. If VWAP wasn't here, it'd be a lot better because we'd be down here by now. If VWAP is the goalie right now, holding price, right? We really, really want to just focus. These candle charts are just crazy, man. The amount of information that you can get off a candle, right? So, Grain Monk, the trades I take, this is my cost basis. This is my 2 times discount zone. This is my 4 times. So what I like trades are when they look below a level, the order's complete and the market rolls up. You buy, put your stop here, and then you sell into strength. It'll rotate up to the top. If it doesn't, get out of it. The trades I take are very simple. They're like what I call this like blue collar trading, right? They're based on mechanics. So people who are just joining, I used to be a mechanic, like for companies. So if you have a broken stock, you bring your company to me and I'd figure out how to fix your stock. Happens all the time because of financiers that are less than scrupulous, right? So they'll use and abuse a CEO. They know CEOs are always desperate for cash. So they'll take advantage of that and destroy the stock. Then they bring me in to clean it up. So it's kind of like half mechanic, half janitor. If we get past the tens, your sellers are going to be here. So all the trades I teach and I take are simple. When the sell orders are complete, we buy some and put our stop underneath the bottom of these candles and then immediately sell into strength. It's how the business has worked for centuries. It's not really talked about in retail trading circles because, first of all, not a lot of people like me work with retail traders. A lot of the ex-pit traders and stuff do, but they're not as tactical as we had to be. They would sort of bully with size, and there was big slippage and all that sort of thing. When it's on the tape, yeah. So we're at 13 now. We're above VWAP. We're going to take what we've been under VWAP now for hours, pretty much the whole night. Now we're going to take that product that we bought underneath VWAP for wholesale prices and go sell it higher. What you're looking for, long-term traders, is 75.11.5. If we accept over 11.5, the market will rotate back up. There will be some selling because we have way more inventory above us than we have had in the past. This move, this look below and fail was quick. This time we might do this and then go sideways like this. Let's see. That is a scenario, eh? So watch 75.11 going into the next couple hours, right? You know, you're going to be buying 12s and 13s against 11 right now on this B open, right? I'm long 13 on 7. I'm selling them 16, right? All I'm doing, folks, is I'm just trading against my level. That turned out nice. Oh boy, I still got 4 contracts left at 13. How wonderful. And I'm flat. I just bought my level. See the B low? Boom. Couldn't take out 11. Buy a few and then sell them. It was a good flush. We got single prints somewhere here. I don't know where the hell they are. Oh, they're up here. And I think we have a few here too, don't we? Yeah, just there's going to be a little bit of traffic just in these areas right here. And the 24s and 25s. 4 sets. That was a nice run. That was nice. Oof. Hey, I'm ready for the weekend. How about you guys? Now let me ask you, how many people do you think are short underneath 7,500? I mean, I was looking for 66. I won't lie, but when it didn't get there, I'm like, okay, it's not going to go any lower. You got to flip long or you're going to lose all your money, right? And for me, that was more about ego. I just wanted to see a print at 66 because that was my level. I'll be honest, right? But I didn't trade it to the short side because overnight inventory is 98% short. Another catcher's mitt, right? Now we should just kind of go sideways here, right? We should just take all this cheap crap down here at 74.87 to 90 and blow it out up here at 75.21. Not a bad day for wholesale traders. Yeah, it has been front running. You're right. Look at that. What's our level? 24 and a quarter, and would we just tickle the 24s, right? Oh, 23 and 3/4. Okay. That's not bad. Now it's time for a little, as my old friend Addy would say, JJ, it is time for distribution. Yes, we ran out of inventory, Rudy. You missed the sale. It was 2 for 1 WD-40 and Jimmy Dean breakfast sausages. But the sale in aisle 17 was like quick. Didn't last, right? No, he was Croatian. JJ, we need big distribution. He was a character. One of the best stock promoters I've ever worked with. The guy could work the phones like Paganini and a Stradivarius. And he looked like Meatloaf. Not the food, he looked like Meatloaf the singer. And he was a guitar virtuoso. Strange dude, but a good guy. All right, here we go. Oh God, they're short, aren't they? Okay. Ugh, this could get ugly. It's got to be some. Now, what I'm thinking is, right? Where are they going to sell into this thing, right? See, the thing is, I can see that there's inventory here. Look, there's a ton of inventory here. I would suppose some of this would have gotten puked out here. Did we hit 26? We hit 27 and a quarter, right? So let's see where. I'm just so curious where they're going to sell into it, right? That's what I'm wondering. This could be a look above and fail of 24 and a quarter. But there's it's like the Vatican bid this morning. Holy cow. And since we know it's not the Vatican, somebody is short. Oh, yeah, the gap fill. Thanks, Raj. Where the hell is the gap fill? Ooh, gap fill. Oh, 75.48. That's where the seller will be, at that gap fill. Previous day low. M period 2. Huh. If we fill the gap, that'll be very interesting. Thanks, Dougie. No reason to short it. No reason to short it now until you see the sellers show themselves. $75.35 quarters the middle of the zone that we are currently in. I'm looking for a backfill, and I'm quite frankly, I'm surprised that we haven't. I was looking for more supply under 7,500, but I guess not. I guess next week is more of the big earnings, right? I haven't looked at earnings whisper. I'm just curious. Apple. Did we hit 337.36? I was looking at for 338.90 on Apple. What the hell happened to that thing? They just cleaned it up so much that it's over cost basis. Oh, okay. Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, unfortunately, this week with this soccer business in the middle of the week, kind of put a little hitch in my giddy up. Meaning I got lazy. Yeah, you might as well just buy Apple and hold on to it, eh? What the hell's the use in trading anything else? You know, as long as people are willing to sell their soul for an iPhone, why not? Oh, okay, come on. Give us a couple of sells. Let us buy some back somewhere. See, now when the candles get tiny like this, I stay away. There's just no reason to trade this right now, right? Don't trade stuff like that. It's just a pain in the ass. Hey, Sadiq, what's going on? Holy cow, they let you out of the gulag. We thought they married you off and you were lost forever. Good to see you. Almost back in Vancouver. You got out by the skin of your teeth. Good for you. Run, my friend, run. Escape. It's good to see you, brother. No use in shorting this. What a pain. I like a two-sided market. I'm not going to lie. I like a two-sided market. It's nice to short a little, buy it back, go back and forth. This crap, ugh. Oh, they did get you. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. Ugh. Oh, they're trying? Oh, okay. That's why you're bolting back to Coquitlam? Good, good, good. Oh, boy. Again with the distribution. I told you there'd be distribution. I thought it'd be a little bit more, retail friendly. This sucks for us. That's okay. It was a good Globex. Yeah. So I'm to take it you're doing arranged marriages for your kids, Leslie? Oh man. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we do have a seller at 33. If you are short, you're looking for bids at say 28. 28 and a half. Come on. Ugh. Where am I getting these levels from? Ah, there it is. 28 and a half. The bottom of that candle, I was hoping that we broke it. Now, can we get down and break 27? Oh, no, no, no. Watch the offer. We want that offer to come underneath this white line here. Ah, swine. So they put it on sale for 2 minutes. And when they put it on sale down to under 28, it brought in buyers. See that? And they sold into it, which is good. Good. Come on now. Remember I said if you're short against the 33s, right? You buy some back, put some bids here because there's going to be bids right here. Right here. So you shorted 32, stop 33. Even if you were short 30, right? You could go and cover 26, the 27s, make a couple of points, right? That's what we call a hit and run short, right? Now, if we get lucky, they'll put it on sale underneath 24 and a quarter, and then you can short it down to the 18s. But I don't know. Wait till we get to 24 and see what happens. Okay. Well, the shorts right now, anyone who's short underneath VWAP has been probably adding to it here and then adding and trying to cover, adding and trying to cover. It becomes ugly after a while. See how the bottom of that candle and the bottom of that candle, while they don't line up, you can check this out. So how we didn't get down there? That's the bid. And now the bid has moved up here because the bid is following the offer. See? That's why I was saying cover the 27s. This was just a quick little sale. Okay? The next upper structural stops are at 75.40 and just at 42. And there's the gap fill. Creeping on that gap fill. Oh. We'll sail again. Brings in buyers. No reason to short this thing. Oof. Yeah, they did front run that previous week low, didn't they? Or was that 74.70? Another look below and fail of 75.11. Yeah. Same thing going on here. You see the bid moving up? We always watch the offer, but I'm doing this just for education so you can see that the market comes down and it won't break certain levels because there are buyers here. So why would you sell under 24 unless you had to? If there's buyers willing to pay 24, 25, 26, you will raise prices. And that's exactly what's been going on. Right? So you guys who, you know, the trend line folks, that is the offer moving up. When it's trend up, the offer is moving up and the buyers are chasing the sellers up. The buyers are willing to pay more, so they're raising price. So the sellers are raising price. Right? That's the front. We're in the front side of the move. If you look at our candles, this is the front side of the move. Right? This is the front side. You need it to go up, put in a top, and then come back. And you want to short this. You don't want to be trying to get this. You want the sellers to prove to you that they're putting it on sale. That's what you want. The look below and fail is contingent on the offer moving up. So the bid will rise because it is following the offer, like a dog follows you when you carry a biscuit, right? The offer sets the price. The sellers set the price. So if there's no buyers, they lower price. If they're buyers, they'll raise price. It's that simple. It's all there is to it. Keep your eye on the offer. If you're a short seller, you need the offer to move lower and lower and lower at the top of every candle. That is the footprint of the offer. Those are the tracks that the offer shows you that the sellers are lowering price. They're putting it on sale so they can get rid of the product, right? Exactly. Look above and fail, you want the offer to move down. Look below and fail, you want the offer to move up. There you go. Now you're cooking with gas, Jonathan. Nice. Do I have an opinion on gap rules? Uh, Today's case, previous day low has not been touched. I've got the previous day low at 75.48, so we have not filled the gap. If somebody sees anything else, please tell me. Yeah, this whole thing about the odds of a later day sell-off, Moto Mike, I got to be honest with you, right? Sorry. I got to be honest to you about the later day sell-off thing. I haven't done the work to see whether that is true or not. That's an old market profile thing. And for me, I found that very confusing. If today's case, the previous day low is touched, but value is not overlapping, odds of a later day sell-off increase. Well, it makes sense, but how am I going to make any money off that? So I put that on the shelf. I never think about it. I look at if we fill the gap, I'm looking for a sell off the gap. I'm looking to short the gap fill. Right? If we get accepted above, right? If we get accepted back into yesterday's range, that tells me something. Value moving up, meaning that we're moving the position up. It's going to take some time to move all this crap back up and keep it over 75.22. So we might not get to do it today. Whether that means that we sell off at the end of the day, that's just too fortune teller for me. You know what I mean? I can't put a mechanical business case around it. Do you know? I need to know why something works. That's why I take things apart. But that statement, it sounds cool, and it may actually be true, but I haven't done the work to see how many times that actually happens, that the sell-off actually does happen. You know what I mean? I've taken a lot of the traditional market profile stuff, Mike, and I've put it on the shelf because it doesn't make me any money. I rely purely on what the chart's telling me, right? I've really simplified the way I look at this and the way I teach it, because if anybody rereads that, right, on gap rules and all the rules that the market profile guys have, it's very confusing. People don't even know what value is. The value is basically cost basis, right? I mean, I love the work that they do. I love these guys, but a lot of that stuff is really complicated, and it's very hard to remember all their rules when you're getting punched in the face when you're actually in a trade. You know what I mean? That's the problem with I remember when I first started looking at their stuff, our friend had a 3-page trading plan every day. I'm like, how the hell can you remember 3 pages of information when you're actively in a trade? Right? You can't. It's impossible. Right? It's actually impossible to keep track of all of that information, right? And execute. So my execution is, oh, there are buyers here. We'll buy a little here, put our stop here, and sell into strength. Right? Now I can remember that it's 1, 2, 3. Right? I can write the steps on my hands. Right? Once you know it, though, you really don't know it, and you don't make any money off of it, Mike. That's the problem. And is it worth spending 10 years trying to memorize overlapping value, blah, 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 right? My thing takes a lot less time. Here's your buy, why? Here's your stop, why? See, and the other thing about that market profile stuff is they can't give you the business reason for why they're saying what they're saying. I can, because I don't call it value, I call it position, I call it cost basis. I call it inventory and cost basis, which is how it works in business. I just like being simple. I don't like having to memorize a bunch of crap, because I know, because I've been doing this for 34 years, that the people who make a lot of money, they're not sitting there going, well, value is overlapping and da 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 da. They're like, no, there's a seller here and I'm long, I'm getting out. It's like that simple, right? You know, no problem. I've spent a lot of time on it. I spent years going through these trading wormholes, but my execution got worse until I started focusing on the mechanics of execution, right? There's simple things. What did I do when I was on the trade desk and I had a deal? And I had to sell 5 million shares of stock, and somebody was low offered in front of me. Well, who's this little bitch? And they think they can sell in front of me. Because my client's going to call in 30 seconds, ask how much I've sold. And if I tell him none, right, he's going to cut my tongue out, right? So I better go and get him a fill. And if I have to cut this guy's head off to do it, I don't care. That's trading, right? So when the Penguin calls me and says, how do we stand? And he's given me an order to sell 500,000 shares. And if I don't tell him we've lost 100,000, leaves 400K, he's going to kill me. He's going to stab me in the eye with a pencil, right? This is real money. This is not some theoretical bullshit, right? This guy's got, if the stock's $1, it's a $500,000 trade that he's liquidating. And if I don't catch the buyer and sell the buyer his stock, then the only job I'm going to get in a brokerage firm is cleaning the toilets, right? It's all about execution. Don't get it twisted. Everything else is all just BS, right? Everything else is all just BS. 76.31. Oh man, I gotta say, one thing is that this rally took me by surprise, right? I want to see what happens when we get up to this 75.56. I want to see how this inventory starts to interact, because theoretically, when we get up to 56, we should hit this like a brick wall. But if it hits this and rips, then something else is afoot, right? No, the Penguin didn't create the buyers. Oh, please don't compare me to that idiot loser. No, has nothing to do with Jordan Belfort. Jordan Belfort is a joke where I come from. He's a freaking joke. He made $50 million, lost it all, and punched his wife in her stomach. Please don't compare me to that guy. And he was like a rabid drug addict. No, the clients that I trade for, Jonathan, they make 50 million in a week, and you never see them coming. right? And you don't even know they exist. They're not running around dropping quaaludes driving a Lamborghini into a tree. Right? I trade for billionaires, right? Not drug addict losers who, you know, he's brutal, that guy, right? He was a joke. Exactly. Smart money. The people I do business with and trade for, you'd never know who they are. They don't show their wealth. Some of these guys will be worth 700, $800 million, and they'll drive a Toyota and live in a bungalow and wear a Casio, a $20 Casio watch. Those are the kind of people I do business with. So we're in distribution here, right? They even take the bus. So now we got that back and forth. You may try and trade that back and forth if you want. I would just kind of chill out. And if that holds, you can just trade that back and forth like the look below and fail, look above and fail, right? What did they do with all that money? You don't want to know, Attila. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, folks. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay out of trouble. Don't lose all the money you made this week, okay? Come on. Go outside. It's still summer. Have some fun. And we will see you all Monday morning. Take care of yourselves. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Bye for now.